Find out today if it's possible to be compensated for the time, effort, and care you're providing. Visit paidforcare.aarpfoundation.org to learn more.
Great morning, Truth Nation. I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub, the legendary Home of Blow. And I was hoping to be joined this morning by my friend, my brother, the legendary Damian Elzy. But he's under the weather. He's under the weather. And I appreciate that because it's going to also go into talking about are our children prepared? School is, for some has started. Others, beginning on September 2nd, school will start. So we're talking about there's measles outbreaks and the whole nine. But you are listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. So I am riding solo again today. So let's send out some love and support and prayers at Damian Elzy. That's one of the things, like I say, when you're around a lot of people, Hip Hop Week, MKE 2025, you're subjected to so many people that are going to be around you that a lot of people won't tell you that they are sick or they got a little cough or they got the sniffles. And I think that's so unfair, which is a conversation in itself. Like, how do you feel about that? And again, more importantly, are our children prepared? So we're going to end up, diving into that and talking about that because school is here. And some people are against immunizations. Some people, I know you ain't doing this, you ain't doing that. But we're hearing about all of these different outbreaks in Oconto County where measles cases are continuing to rise and be a problem. And some people feel that they're invincible until you're not. So it's one of the things that I definitely want to end up talking about because, again, and we have the poll on our YouTube page. Of course, you can look and give your thoughts. Are your children prepared for school? I mean, in all of the ways. I mean, are they immunized? Do they have the proper hand sanitizer? Do you still choose to have your children wear masks? I mean, there's a lot of different things that go along with that because children, in most cases, are the biggest germ carriers. And they don't care if they just done this with their nose or, you know what I'm saying, and then shake somebody else's hand or call themselves playing with somebody, and things spread. And it is not hard. It is not hard for those things to spread. So, again, are they prepared? And what are your, I don't trust this, I don't trust that. And in turn, do our kids end up suffering because of you being afraid of all of the things like, they ain't going to inject me, just like with the COVID-19. There were so many people that didn't want to take the shot. The first dose, second dose, and just didn't take it. So that became a big issue. And we need to really talk about it because, again, 'tis the season to get sick. So now you add that to people who are not even trying. They're not even trying to look out for other people, health and wellness. And some people have low immune systems and they can catch a cold or catch anything just like that. So I think it's important that we care and respect that people are different. And if you don't feel good, if you've been having a little cough, a little hacking cough, you should be mindful to let people know, be like, look, I'm okay, but I have been coughing a lot. I have been this, or I've been feeling this way. I've been feeling that way. I've been having little chills or this, that, and the other. It's important to let people know, especially when you say that you love somebody, especially if you say you care. On the YouTube page, remember, you can watch us live on our YouTube page, 101.7 The Truth. You can also check us out on X. While you're there, make sure you like and subscribe. Willie Grays, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. Jeff, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. Kiana S. Williams, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. Grand rising to you as well. Gwendolyn Simpson, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Will D., great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Time to get up and make the donuts. Time to get up and make the donuts.
But we're starting by ending it in DC.
Shout out to the people that leave out at the last minute and then you arrive late, but you blame it on traffic. Get your ass up. You know you're supposed to be at work. You know you're supposed to be there. And you know that traffic, sometimes you have a smooth ride in. Other times you end up running into traffic jams or an accident. Not you, but of course somebody else may have an accident. And now you're blacked up. So it is your responsibility, in my opinion, to make sure that, yes, you know what, I got to leave out probably 15 minutes earlier than I normally leave out, which to you may be early, but like, nah, you know, and keep up with the news. That's why we give you traffic here on The Truth as well, to kind of let you know, hey, all right, it's a big accident over here. And yeah, that's probably going to throw me off. So either that or make the call and be like, you know what? I don't know if you've seen, but there's a huge black up on I-94 or I-43, 794, whichever way that you may be coming in or going to work, headed to Madison, whatever it might be. You need to be able to let your employer know, like, look, send them a text. If you got the number, send them an email. Like, look, this is happening right now. And if you're watching the news, I'm one of these vehicles that you see in all of this traffic. You owe that to your employer, in my opinion, to let them know, like, you know what? Yeah, I'm probably going to be late. What's your thoughts on that, Andrew?
I was just going to say, you know, the weather getting worse as we get closer and closer to that, like, winter time, it's going to get better.
Uh-huh. That part. And again, that's when your arrival time changes too. It should. I mean, when you're leaving. So in the event that you hear that, oh, well, it's going to be snowing or the roads are going to be slippery, you know that you need to take your time and not end up trying to speed on some black ice or just, you know, ice in general or snowflakes. Some people don't even understand, in my opinion, that your tires are the slipperiest when it starts raining because you're going from dry to something wet. And so some people look at, no, it's after it started raining. No, it's actually when it starts raining. And you can look it up. You ain't got to just take my word for it. You know, you can actually look it up and be like, I didn't know that. But like, yeah, so that's why you have to be cautious, you know, because again, the weather changes and driving habits need to change. And we still have some people here that act like it ain't no rain or snow and are driving crazy. And a lot of them ended up getting stuck in the flood that we had because they wanted to continue to say, oh, I can make it through this. This ain't nothing, until they couldn't, you know. And it's like, you're going to learn today. Shouldn't have did that. To Sonia Hendricks, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Venus Jones, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Gabe Williams, he is a man. That's my little jab at DT, who initially on one of the shows last week was like, she said, we're like, no, he is a man. But great morning, Gabe Williams. Love you. Appreciate you. Again, we're going to be diving into our children prepared and talking about health because seasons are changing. Some people have immune diseases. And again, like I say, they're more susceptible to situations. If you're watching our YouTube page, you'll see the public health success of the measles vaccine. Reported number of measles cases in the United States from 1942 to 2023. And you can look at the success of making sure that your children have the measles vaccine and yourself. I mean, you know, when we think about some of these things, you got to think it's not just for the children. And some people will be like, Blow, Now, see, it's a conspiracy, a C-O-N spiracy, as they would say on In Living Color. But again, the data proves that a lot of those myths that some people that have no scientific knowledge, they've read something themselves, so they weren't actually in there doing the test and all of that. So you don't have any of that data, but you want to tell them they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that amazes me. With the COVID-19 vaccine, I took the vaccine. A lot of people are like, I ain't taking it. They're going to put lead and they're going to put this in you. They're going to put that in you. Listen, I can truly say that since I took when they came out with the next one, I took that as well. But what is funny about that to me is a lot of these people that have that mentality, I ain't taking this vaccine, it's going to put a chip in us, and yeah, it's in the Bible, you know, it's going to be the mark of the beast and all of those things. And I hear you, I don't agree with you, but so we can agree to disagree on that. But the thing is, some of these same people will smoke blunts after people. You'll smoke a blunt with somebody that has passed it to 5 people. Some of those people eat booty. Did you hear me? Some of those people eat booty. Hate to be the bearer of the truth, but it's the truth. Some of them do. And you take it right after him, and so now guess what? You too. I mean, anything that person has, if they have a disease or anything, you just don't know. You don't know. And it's wet. I don't smoke blunts. I don't smoke weed, but it's wet because of the way that people have to put it in their mouth and try to smoke it. And so you done reactivated some things. But while I'm making you think about that, I'm going to take care of my first set of bills. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. I am flying solo dolo, and, you know, just in the air of safety because of health and trying to make sure children are vaccinated and whatnot. I appreciate Dame saying, you know what, even though it may be a little cough, I ain't going to try it. I ain't going to try it. I'll wait till I'm better. So hopefully we'll have him in with me on tomorrow. But we got to take care of some bills, and we'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, Marcus and Chris talk to Emmy award-winning journalist Jamel Hill. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Great impressions will exceed your expectations. Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
At Great Impressions Graphics and Printing, they've been proudly serving the community for over 26 years. From their location at the corner of 54th and Burleigh in Milwaukee, their dedication to quality and customer satisfaction has made them a trusted name in printing and design.
Great impressions.
Great Impressions offer a wide range of services, including banners, posters, yard signs, business cards, programs, and postcards. Plus, they specialize in custom apparel printing, perfect for family reunions, sports outings, business promotions, and more. For your next project, visit greatimpress.com. That's greatimpress.com. Great Impressions. They're here when you need them.
Great impressions, perceptions, everything.
Jess Sims is always looking to take her performance to the next level.
Palms facing you, then you're gonna switch.
You got this, Jess.
We got this.
And she needs her money to work as hard as she does. That's why she uses U.S. Bank Smartly Checking and Savings, which does exactly that, helping her track her spending and grow her money.
Adamant about the mental work.
Together, we'll achieve more than any of us could alone. That's the power of Jess, and this is the power of us. Visit usbank.com today to get started. Member FDIC, copyright 2025 U.S. Bank.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hall's Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Halls of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know it's not just a car, it also drives your children's dreams. So whether you're going to soccer practice, robotics club, or opening night in the school play, we help protect those dreams. Save up to 23% when you bundle auto and home. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub. The legendary Home Blow, sponsored by Cousin Subs. Solo again on this morning. We're going to do this. We're inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. And we're going to be talking about, are children prepared for school? Have they been immunized? Have they had all of their school supplies? Do you have breakfast ready for them in the morning? Are they going to go and talk to the parents with the parent-teacher conferences? Are you going? Are you really ready? Are you making sure that your children are prepared for school? 'Tis the season again. We're getting people that have colds and catching the flu, and then we got the measles outbreak that's kind of going on. Hasn't necessarily affected us right here in Milwaukee County as of yet, but it could be coming. And again, are your children prepared? And what is having your child prepared to you? Do you see them off on their first day of school? Do you follow up during the school year to make sure that the children are succeeding and not failing? We oftentimes blame the system, but if you are not keeping up with and not going to the school board for more than just a highlighted meeting, and not everybody need to be there. You need to be there when they're changing and trying to suggest things that are going to affect your child. So whether you have a young child in elementary, if you have middle school, high school, you need to be involved, and you need to make sure that they are prepared. You need to be able to make sure you're talking with them to find out how's it going in school. Some people just look at it like, I'm glad they black in school, and that's it. And we have a poll on our YouTube page. Are our children prepared? You know, are we prepared? Travis the Matrix, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Said, I never took the vaccine, but I never got COVID either. And I was blessed. I never got COVID either. I lost a lot of people that I know and friends to COVID-19. So when people were saying it ain't a real thing, it's real. It's real. And there's some great people who are no longer here because of it. And some people, in my opinion, don't understand how it really ends up affecting people. And what I mean by that is if you have a compromised immune system, that's where if you contract COVID-19, that now it'll exacerbate that. It'll take it to a whole nother level. And I don't think that some people really look at it in its totality on that level. Like, yeah, so if you already, like I say, have a compromised immune system, yeah, it's not a good thing. It is not a good thing. Gabe Williams said, here we go, everybody not doing sessions no more. Talking about, because again, health, and people don't think about it enough, and it's costing people time in the hospital, time off from work, And then some people get gravely ill because of the different things that are going on. Dr. Clarissa Lawrence, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Take the poll, people. Let us know. Do you believe, are our children prepared for this new school season? Do they have all of the tools they need to succeed? And the biggest tool, can anybody tell me what is the biggest tool that your children need for success? What is the biggest tool that your children need for success? In your opinion. In your opinion. And I'll tell you mine. But the Truth Talk text lines are open, 833-212-1017, 833-212-1017. Producer Andrew, great morning to you. You got something to add to this?
I was going to say the most important tool, an attention span. I would say that's the most important tool to me. Really? A pencil? I don't even know then, because those would be my top two.
Well, your top two are not in my running at all. It's not in my running at all. Again, what is the most important tool in your child succeeding? What's the most important tool?
A backpack.
Yep.
I'm over 3.
Yeah, you are. You are. Who has the right answer? I mean, some people would think, "Oh no, what Andrew said, that's good. That's good." I'm just saying, in my opinion. DVJ, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Said a positive attitude. Sip 4-5, you get the bell. Ding, 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 ding. And great morning. I love you, I appreciate you. You, as the parent, you are the biggest tool. You are the biggest tool that your children need to succeed. You get what I'm saying? You have to constantly do your part. You got to do your part as a parent. The school can only do so much. A book bag is only going to do so much. A positive attitude is only going to do so much until somebody changes your positive attitude to a negative attitude. But you as the parent, you as the guardian, Venus Jones, there you go, love. Dr. Clarissa Lawrence, love and support. There it is. That's it. That's it. I mean, think about it, Andrew. If they got you get what I'm saying? Because what do we teach our children in healthy families? Like, you can succeed, and I'm here to help you in any way that I need to help you and nourish you and help you grow into this great person that I know you are. You are the biggest.
I think if I had kids, I would have come up with the answer quicker.
We're going to go to the True Talk text lines. We got Nicole. Nicole, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. What's your truth?
Great morning to you all as well. I am a firm believer that if you don't get them ready with that love, confidence, and I got your back no matter what, they will never succeed at anything. You have to start them out with, you're not the smartest, you're not the dumbest, you're not the... you're not the shortest, you're not the tallest, you're not the prettiest, you're not the ugliest. You are somebody, and you better never forget that, and don't let nobody else forget it either.
Real talk. Thank you, Nicole. But that's it. That is it. And when people, Millicent, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. Said on the True Talk text page, parent participation. That's it. That's it. That's it. Chauncey Clark, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Said nutrition. But, again, all of those things don't mean anything if they don't have the love and support of their parent. The parent can get them through from somebody bullying them, knowing that, you know what, I got your back. We're going to go up here and find out what's really going on. I don't need you to feel less than, because you are important. You are somebody, and you will get the respect that you deserve. And I'm going to make sure of it. So, yeah, we got to remember that is, in my opinion, the most important tool that our children need to succeed. And it's why, unfortunately, we see a lot of situations where those things aren't happening. And we have situations that, again, and I think that we have a serious problem with violence, which, again, part of health. You get what I'm saying? Which is why we have the Office of Community Wellness and Safety, because it's a part of health. Your mental health can be compromised. That's why I say when you're dealing with this, that's like, I talked about on yesterday that one of the shootings that happened out of the 6 shootings that happened over the weekend was a 16-year-old who lost his life. And guess what? They have a 13-year-old in custody. A 13-year-old in custody. So, of course, I'm waiting for more details to come out before I end up trying to have a preconceived notion on it. But just that thought of a 13-year-old being responsible for the death of a 16-year-old. Got to get ready to take care of some bills. Definitely want to hear from you. And some of those other things that you were saying goes along with. So make sure you take the poll on the YouTube page of are our children prepared? Yes or no, in your opinion. But some of those other things are included in making sure that they'll have a great and successful school year. But you are the most important as a parent or a guardian. Got to take care of some bills. I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub, the legendary Home Blow, sponsored by Cousin Subs. Will be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Need health care but don't have insurance? City on the Hills Health Clinic offers free medical care, mental health counseling, and dental hygiene services for uninsured and underinsured Milwaukee residents. Call 414-931-6670. That's 414-931-6670, or visit cityonthehillmke.org to learn more. They're on a mission to end generational poverty in all its forms, and you can be part of it. If you've got a heart for Milwaukee, use your skills to serve the community. Volunteer with them at cityonthehillmke.org. City on a Hill. Hope, healing, and health for our city.
Coming with straight truth.
Corey, I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you when I first started hearing your voice. And what you're doing, in the words of T-Pain and Gorilla, I love it.
Thank you, brother. Bless.
Hey, I'm down with you, man. I missed your last gathering, but the next one I'm going to be there, and I'm going to make sure I introduce myself because, hey, you're God in all circumstances.
Catch the Tory Lowe Show every weekday from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. Never miss a moment of the truth with Sherwin Hughes on the new 101.7 The Truth.
Violence is a tool. Violence is a tool of oppression. It's a tool of subjugation. It's a tool of manifest destiny. Let's not say all of a sudden, oh, hip-hop music is why people are right. No. Y'all know how America was discovered? Murder, slavery, human trafficking. The origins of violence predates hip-hop. Can we at least agree on that?
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Tap into the best power hour in radio in Milwaukee.
Dropped my pants. I had to make sure I wasn't seen. I don't want nobody to get surprised.
This is a sick Negro.
I'm just a real one. I peed again, came on back. I said, what y'all been doing? We've been out here for 3 hours. Y'all ain't peed yet? Just sitting here, we playing beer pong, and y'all sitting here peeing next to me? I'm still itchy today. Thinking something wrong. Am I the only one that's astonished by this?
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Your expression on your face, that's got to me. And the man wasn't lying.
What you mean the expression on my face? How can you see my face? You listening to me on the radio, man.
No, I'm watching you on YouTube, too.
Oh, all right, then. You're an old man, and you know about YouTube. How old are you, Adam? You about 85.
83.
I'll be dipped. How blessed are we to have you.
Watch all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows by subscribing to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
We have an accident eastbound 94 at 84th Street. The left shoulder is blocked right now. Folks are getting past it, and then he kind of hit sun glare. Yeah, it's going to be slow basically from the Zoo interchange all the way to Holly Road, then back on the brakes through the stadium. The westbound side backed up from 27th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Oh, eastbound also slowing down from east of Highway 16 all the way past Barker Road to about Brookfield Road. Southbound 43 now starting to slow down before Good Hope Road all the way down to about Bender Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy skies, a high of 70. Tonight, clear and cool, a low of 55 at the lake, 48 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
I'm black. Welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. I am the legendary Home Blow. And we're talking about, we know school is in session. There were so many book bag giveaways, as Sherwin had talked about. I believe like last week, he was just talking about all of the different book bag giveaways. And I was a part of one at Beauty Palace on Sunday, as a matter of fact. And there were thousands of children that came out, and they were able to get free haircuts and hair braiding for the girls, so they would be prepared and ready for school. And they received a lot of other great things, and some free food and bounce houses, the whole nine. But, you know, are your children prepared? Did you go and get all of the things that they need? Because one of the things that is lacking, in my opinion, and I believe that Sherwin, because me and Sherwin have the same viewpoint on this, a lot of the things that are in these book bags now, when they give them supplies, are things that the children really don't use in this day and age. You know what I'm saying? Things have changed, Andrew. They don't need a lot of those things. They have computers and tablets now. And yes, it's not, you know, all those things that are in there. You know, sometimes some of them are just like, what you gonna do with that?
Like what?
Yeah.
What's in there that they don't need?
Okay, well, you don't necessarily need paper like that, a bunch of different paper like that. You don't. They don't even teach children how to write in cursive anymore. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just some things that are in those book bags. Now, if you got flash drives, that's something that your child can use. If you got a water bottle, that's something, you get what I'm saying? There's different things, even the calculators that they need. If you're going to put a calculator in there, don't put the one that was at Five Below, or you go to Santa, you got at the dollar store, because they probably need a calculator that costs $150 or better.
Yeah, a graphing calculator.
Yeah, they're not going to get that in that book bag.
They're teaching calculus in high school, man. Like, we're talking like advanced calculus.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you have to understand that if you want our children to succeed, you have to, we can't change everything else, but then don't change what's inside the book bag. You know what I mean? Where we at with the polls? Have people been chiming in on the polls? Do you believe our children are prepared?
Are our children prepared for school? 62% say yes.
Okay. And what is that? So, call in and let me know what that looks like to you, of your child being prepared. Does that include immunizations? Are they, you know, have they had their shots? You know, their transportation, is that all locked in? You know, just what does that look like in your opinion? So give a call to 833-212-1017, or again, you can give your replies on the YouTube page and our X page, which is 101.7 The Truth. But while you're there, make sure you like and subscribe. What does being prepared look like for you and your child or your grandchild? Or, you know, because people are taking custody of their grandchildren, or because the father, the mother may be incarcerated. And so now they're black to being the parent again, or they're on their sons and daughters like, look, do you got this? Do he have this? Do she have that? So, but what does it look like? So if we could put together a list of what it is to show that your child is prepared.
Your number one would be a parent-teacher conference that you're showing up there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Parent-teacher conference. All right. All right. So, Alfonso Dupree, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Let's see. Who had said that they ended up starting out telling on their day? I believe it was Venus Jones. Said, I begin and end teach day telling my son that I love him. What is teach day? Venus Jones, you already know. Oh, okay. She came black and said each. Okay. I begin and end each day telling my son that I love him. I'm a stickler when some people, misspell things. So like, okay, that's not correct. And I think it's important because if we're teaching people, we got to teach. 833-212-1017. Let me hear what you feel is your child being prepared or your children being prepared, because you may be able to help some other people out who are not even thinking about that. They're like, damn, you know what? That's a good one. That's a good one. I don't have that. So we can help each other. Nicole, again, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. What's your truth? Are our children prepared? And what does that look like in your opinion?
For my grandchildren, we start August 1st. We start with a new bedtime. We start with getting things together. We started earlier because that rush, that adrenaline, that anxiety, we have it, and we definitely can pass it on to our children. Their first day of school is not the best. Have 1 week of clothes ready. They don't need to go shopping and get everything for the school year immediately. Give them 1 week of their fast, their truth, what their personality is like, making sure they have the essentials for school. They got some Kleenex, they have some hand sanitizer, they got prayer, they have confidence. We've been reading, just trying to changing the whole directory of the summer over to the school year. Because some of my girls are starting today. I'm waiting at the school for my grandkids. We do a paparazzi first day. We're taking pictures of them, asking them what the expectations are for the year, what they're going to be doing, what the grades are going to look like. We make it a really exciting opportunity for them, and they look forward to it. So it's changing those bedtimes because they do need their 8 hours. Tablet time is down to an hour and a half maybe, because a lot of kids they're eating dinner with their tablets and not talking to their family. It's talk time. Let's talk. You got an hour by yourself with your tablet, turn them off, and do something else. Get bored to death so you just go to sleep because you're going to need that rest. So I think changing those bedtimes are going to be essential for our children and limiting that screen time so they can get back to socializing with humans and not advertising with whatever they be doing on their little tablets. I can't stand it.
Right.
So,
You're right, that part.
Just getting back in touch because children get to where they don't want to say, they don't want to be talked to because they haven't been being talked to. They've been looking at things on their tablets and talking to their friends that way, but not really talking to adults. And getting back to that when they hear an adult say something, it's like, what did you say?
Right.
I say, just be real careful because I want you to have all your teeth when you start school, baby.
I love it. I love that part.
You got to, you got to let them know. Hey. Back up a little bit. So toning down those tablets, all the screen time, and getting them back into the realm of getting up early. Kids that get up early, they've been on their tablets at 10 or 11 o'clock at night. You're going to have a restless morning. Everybody's going to be agitated. If you get the structure down, you're going to have a better day. Everybody, the parent too, get up early, prepare before. Everybody can just pull their stuff out, get dressed, and have a wonderful day.
So, and because everything you're saying, thank you. And don't go nowhere yet. I want to ask you, if your grandchild was to talk about somebody is bullying them, how would you proceed? What in your, life of how you are helping to raise, your grandchildren, how would you approach that situation? Because it might, again, help somebody else after hearing the way that you would approach it and be like, you know what? I never thought about that. And just like when you said the beginning August 1st, changing the bedtime to get them back into practice of, what time it is. School is starting. If you start after school starts, you can run into some issues. So how would you handle it if one of them came home and said, this person is bullying me?
I want to hear everything before I say anything, because when you enter the conversation too early, kids can start to exaggerate or build it into something all about them. So you have to listen to everything they say first, especially know your kids. So if you know your children, it's okay. I know they don't have this kind of spirit to be, into anything. They're pretty good kids,
Mm-hmm.
You have to listen to them completely first, and then say, "Well, tomorrow we'll go to school together." It ain't tell the teacher.
Now, I'm going to the school with them and say, "Hey, can we get a conference or show me the child you're talking about?" And a lot of times it's kids are huge. You got real little kids that are like 10 and they're really small.
Right.
And then you got a child that's 10 and they're really tall.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just intimidated by this person. They said don't sit here, and they got scared. So you have to really kind of you have to feel the whole situation first, but you cannot address it later. You have to address it when it's first happening. That's how we can stop kids from wanting to kill each other and say, "I'm taking a knife to school tomorrow because nobody's messing with me."
Yeah. Or kill themselves. Or kill themselves.
Exactly, because it can get to that point when you push it off to the teacher.
Mm-hmm.
You push it off on the child. If they can't feel they can approach you with natural conversation, "Hey, I'm having an issue, and I need you to come to the school." Okay, not to show that they're scared, because I don't want them to feel that way either. I want them to be strong in who they are, but I want them to know that I'm here for you. Tell me what happened, and be completely honest with me, because I don't need you to sugarcoat anything, because it can turn back and not be in your favor.
Absolutely.
Real easy. Let's tell the truth. And when you get your truth to your children, telling the truth, you say, "Okay, this is what really happened." Because you want to hear that instead of getting to the school and everybody in the room now, and you say, "You the one that did this?"
Right.
What?
Right.
No, so tell your truth. Tell me what really happened. Well, I did kind of start it. And tell the truth and say, "Okay, this is what you don't do." You have to have those kind of conversations and get on top of it immediately. It's not a next day, 3 days, 4 days down the line. Well, did it happen again? And obviously your child ain't said nothing about it, but you ain't said nothing about it either.
Right.
No. Attend to it immediately, and we can get some resolve, and they may even become best friends before the end of the school year. You never know.
That part. Thank you, Nicole. I love you and I appreciate
You're
you.
welcome.
All right. Shaniqua, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. Let's see. Corey Smith, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. And we got to get ready to take care of some bills. And we're talking about our children prepared as school season is here. Some have already started. Some are starting, of course, next week on the 2nd. And do they have everything that they need? Have you gotten all their shots? Are their records up to date? The whole nine. Do you know where the bus stop is? And have you taught them, because sometimes it's first times and you may have been taking them to school, but now they have to catch the bus. So those things all got to be part of the plan. We got to take care of some bills. I'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Hey, Truth fam, this is your girl, Melanie Ricks, and I want to remind you to tune into Nothing But the Truth digital show with me, Melanie Ricks, presented by Visit Milwaukee. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m., a new episode drops on the 101.7 The Truth YouTube page. And since it is on YouTube, I hold nothing back. I give you all my hot takes on celebrity gossip and give you the tea on relationships that you don't want to miss. Subscribe to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube so you never miss Nothing But the Truth digital show, dropping every Wednesday at 6 p.m., presented by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
It's 101.7 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. It all started with a new invention in 1925, the roll screen. The ability to roll a window screen up and down like a shade. Pella invested in this breakthrough when the business was born in Pella, Iowa, and has introduced the world to innovation, game-changing decisions ever since. They've been at it for a century. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home and always designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance. The Pella team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Investing in new Pella windows and doors creates long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years. There's no reason to wait, because if you order by August 31st, get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Certain restrictions apply. Yes, that's up to 5 years with no interest payments, so don't miss out. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Ride the wave to clean at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for a winning shine. Become a monthly member and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 per day. Plus, skip the wait in the fast lane and enjoy unbeatable amenities like free vacuums and tire air. Visit any of their convenient locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Mount Pleasant. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Learn more at tsunamiexpress.com. Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. American Family Insurance can help protect your dream home for whatever comes next. You can live in your own oasis or your own clubhouse. Whatever you choose, get the right coverage. Save up to 23% by bundling home and auto. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
It's Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am your cousin sub of the day. I am a club sub, the legendary Home Blow, sponsored by Cousin Subs. And of course, are our children prepared? And what does that look like to you? True Talk text lines are open 833-212-1017. Before we end up diving into a couple of other topics that we'll be talking about this morning, make sure you take the poll that we have on our YouTube page that's asking the question, in your opinion, are our children prepared? We were having a 62% at last checked lead on people saying, yep, they're prepared. They are prepared. Want to say, let's see, is it Gabe Williams says, MPS does need to invest in tablets and laptop computers like they did in COVID. Will D said, make sure your child knows what school bus to catch when coming home from school, because it's a lot of buses out there. And that is true. That is true. And again, as a child, you're like, which bus? Which one of these is my bus? You just see a bunch of buses out there, and it can be confusing. And practice where they catch their bus and remember where to get off the bus. And it's a lot of things. And those are some great things. Let's see. Alfonso Dupree said, I taught my kids at a young age how to defend yourself, make daddy come up their BF around and find out. Corey Smith said, prayer. We pray first and then discuss what can we do, not only to feel better within themselves, but what is the root of the bully's issue, then pray for them. Alfonso Dupree said, so glad my kids was raised in Burlington, homeschooled till 12 years old, beautiful kids. Some people think, homeschooling is the way to go. But are you educated enough to homeschool? Because some people just do it because they hear people say it. but some of them didn't even graduate. So I'm just saying, do you know the exact curriculum that you need in order to make sure that your child comes out on top of the game? Andrew?
Yeah, no, I've never been a big homeschool guy. Like my parents were like, "You're going to public school. We're paying the taxes for it. You're going." So and it worked out good for me, and I think it's good to socialize as well.
Yeah. We've got Smiley. Smiley, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. Are our children prepared? What does that look like to you? What's your truth?
I can say this. My children are grown. I adopted, so they are my grandchildren. Yes, they are totally prepared. I see children from the job that I do. Some of them are not prepared, and looking at the children that out here from the job I'm doing, they're not prepared neither. It's the home. If you're not at a stable, if these children are not stable, they're not going to be prepared mentally or physically because of what's going on all aspects. So with my grandchildren, when I help my daughter get them together, I actually see all the things that I did for her, planned before, and middle, after going to school, and talking about all factors. So when the kids prepare themselves to go to school on the first day, I tell them focus on what's important. You doing what you got to do, listen to everything that needs to be done, and preparing themselves. Another question you said was, do kids need paper? The students still do use paper in school. They still use pencils and pens. No, they do not know how to write in cursive. But if you are a parent that know how to write in cursive, you teach your children that now, because these are things that they are taking away from the school. Unless they are in a Pinocchio school who does teach their children how to write in cursive. But mine, they know how to write in cursive because this is something we did over the summer. Project, just fun, just trying to make it where they learning. So putting away tablets, having a me time, going to the playground, to the park and play. Those are things that I actually helped them to start off at the, right before the school year. Before the school actually starts, so they can understand how to prepare themselves mentally, physically, and academically. As far as I know how to do this when I go into school, let me show my friend how to do that. If you run into an issue on the playground, learn those things, how to use in the school to talk to your teacher, and prepare to talk to your friend, or just pray for your friend, because sometimes you don't know what these kids are going through. So that's my answer for that.
Thank you. But no, thank you very much, Smiley. Love you, appreciate you. Have a great remainder of your morning and day. That one guy, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. See you on the YouTube page. Now, we're talking about, and she brought up some great points, in my opinion, as it relates to making sure that your children are prepared. And another thing, if you know some teachers, you'll understand why I'm asking the question, are our children prepared? So we're talking about immunizations. Are they, do they have all their shots, and are they prepared? But I know so many teachers that go above and beyond for their students because they see that they're not prepared. They don't have hats. They don't have gloves. They don't have scarves. They don't have underclothes. It's a lot that teachers end up buying themselves to have in their classrooms for those children that are coming to school and they're not prepared. Some even, and again, it's not something I think that they get to highlight like that, even get gift cards to restaurants so the child can go and get something to eat because they are not properly eating at home. They can't concentrate or focus in class because they're hungry. And the parent or the guardian isn't even taking advantage of the schools that provide breakfast in the morning. So if you're not going to make sure that they got their brain food, at least get them to school early enough so they can go and eat at school. And so this happens a lot inside my community as Black people. And it's crazy and it's sad because, again, when I talk to, it's not too many teachers you're going to talk to that won't tell you, especially if they're teaching at some of these inner city schools, about how above and beyond they go for the children that come in there not prepared. They can't focus because they're hungry. They just, the attention span is just gone. So you add that amongst them maybe being in a situation where they couldn't even sleep all night because there were gunshots, there were fighting in the household, abuse going, you know what I mean? So they can't even come in focused. So it's a lot. It is a lot. Princess Beverly Ann, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. She said, my kids are prepared to exonerate my teachings and be protected when things fall outside of that. As adults, we aren't even prepared, so just stay ready. In that regard, yes, kids are prepared. That one guy said, do schools still do breakfast? To my knowledge, they do. To my knowledge, at my last check, they still do provide that breakfast for the kids, as well as, lunch. So, again, coming up, we're going to end up switching gears. We're going to talk about the Orange Man. All right. The Orange Man is now saying that he is targeting cities that allow cashless bail. And he was joined by the vice president and attorney general and signed an order to crack down on flag burning. Defense Secretary Hicks would, but in this, it says he signed an executive order to end cashless bail in Washington, D.C. and nationwide. He signed an executive order to end cashless bail in Washington, D.C. and nationwide. This is one of them times where nationwide ain't on your side. So I'm just saying, he warned jurisdictions keeping the policy could lose federal funding. We got to talk about that when we come back. I got to take care of some bills. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. We're inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. I am the legendary Homer Blow. I'll be black.
This is 1017 The Truth's Kyle Wallace, and the time is now, Milwaukee. Truth to Power is your platform, and on my show, our community always has a voice. There is no topic that is off limits, and I always give you my authentic opinions on how I feel, because keeping it real is the only way I know how to get down. Listen to Truth to Power with me, Kyle Wallace, every day from noon to 1 p.m. on the award-winning 1017 The Truth app, and streaming live on YouTube at 1017 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this.
Congratulations. Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away.
Aww.
So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Tracy, going back to the process, and as it relates specifically to the partnership that Old National Bank has with Housing Resource, what does the process consist of when coming through this program?
It's a referral process. We work with clients that first-time homeowners that may not have the counseling that they need. They may not have the equity, the down payment that they need. So we refer them to our partners like HRI or Housing Resources, Inc., because we recognize that those organizations, they have the resources, they have the tutorial documentation and all of those things that are necessary for first-time homeowners that don't know the process, may not know the system, may not know what's required for home ownership. So working with Housing Resources Inc. and other partnerships that we have like through WIDA has been very, very advantageous, not only for us, but also the organizations, but also for the community.
The biggest snowflakes out here are always been the white Republicans who are so gung-ho on protecting the feelings of white kids while they ignore the needs of other kids. If Milwaukee's youth has a problem with fighting, well, white youth have a problem with being destructive and offensive. So it is sad that our government is actively working to de-emphasize educating and uplifting students of color in different backgrounds on college campuses. That emphasis is going to be diminished, and the only kids that will suffer will be our kids. They were willing to hold up the advancement of the state of Wisconsin because they disagreed with DEI. What are white Republicans afraid of? Why are they afraid to face the fact that their grandmas and grandpapas were part of a system which purposely held black folks back and failed to give us the access that we deserve? Until these politicians stop ignoring these egregious acts of hate and racial incidents, America can never be great again.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app. Milwaukee's Black Talk lives here. You are listening to 1017 FM, 1510 AM WGKB Waukesha and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
I'm black. Welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am the legendary Home Blow. And yeah, it's happening again. It's happening again. In his opinion, Washington, D.C. is working very well. It's very well. It's never had as much decreased violence since I've taken office, and I made it great again. So now, and we're going to play the audio clip from that story where the Orange Man signed an executive order to end cashless bail in Washington, D.C. and nationwide. So producer Andrew, for those of you on the YouTube and X page, you can watch it and see it, but you'll hear the rest of Truth Nation, you'll hear the audio. So let's play that clip.
Street all over the country, cashless bail. We're ending it, but we're starting by ending it in D.C., and that we have the right to do through federalization. Okay, let's go. Could I ask you to say exactly what this is?
Of course. So as you've consistently identified, sir, cashless bail policies are a key driver of the disorder we see on city streets all over America. Catch and release system allows criminals to keep going back out onto the street and reoffending. What this executive order does, it charges your attorney general with identifying jurisdictions all over the country that have cashless bail policies, and then it withholds or revokes federal funds and grants that are flowing to those jurisdictions to ensure that we're only supporting the people who have reasonable common sense policies around crime.
So what area does it cover?
Potentially anywhere that has a cashless bail policy. So some of the largest cities, some of the most left-wing states in America
Almost
have adopted.
all of them, right?
Illinois would be a great example of that, sir.
Oh, they have a great cashless bail. You don't even have to go to court sometimes. No, Illinois, I love that state. It's a great state, but it's run so badly by Pritzker. They threw him out of the family business and he becomes governor. Now he wants to run for president. I don't think that's going to happen. Okay, we'll sign right here, right?
Sir.
So important.
Truth Nation, what's your thoughts? Do you agree with ending cashless bail? Do you think that that's a good thing or a bad thing? Now, me being one that often reads criminal complaints and keeping up with cases and things of that nature and hearing that some people were out on bail or a PR bond, they had to put no money down, and committed another crime, and it was elevated from the crime that they'd done before. And Sometimes they've murdered people, they've shot people, robbed people. So what is your thoughts? I mean, what are the pros and cons to you? What are the pros and cons to you? Do you think that's a good thing? Do you think it's a bad thing? Do you think it's terrible? Are you going to utilize this the same thing that a lot of people always end up doing? And I don't understand why it's this way, because I do feel like don't do the crime if you can't do the time. And you're going to hear some people say, this is just for black people. I think it's for criminals, okay? I think we have to take the color out of it when it's criminal activity. And will it teach you a lesson like, look, this ain't what you want? Because we telling you, man, don't do this. Girl, don't do this. You're going to end up, you're going to get locked up. You're going to be taken away from your children, this, that, and the other. I think we say it in different ways. But this is one of them things that if it goes through, well, he signed the executive order. He's enforcing right away in Washington, D.C. But because it is a nationwide executive order, which I think some people are going to try to challenge. But if he gets partial of his way, people are going to lose funding, as if we haven't been losing funding across the board by so many executive orders and things that the Orange Man has done, that this could truly be devastating in a lot of areas. You know what I mean? But also, it's like, so that's why I want to hear from you, Troop Nation, 833-212-1017. Do you think ending cashless bail is one of the answers in reducing crime? Because we're talking about something has to be done. Do we think that that is the thing that we need to do? Will that help or will that hurt? And who? We got Security Mike. Security Mike, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Ending cashless bail and turn your radio down, Security Mike. We got to always let.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. I'm just in the patrol van.
Okay. Yep. So I'm gonna get right to you. I just need you to turn that down. But so, is this a good thing, a bad thing? What's your truth?
Well, you got to look at the big picture of what Trump is doing. Is anything that's affecting us? It's something else to this, and we can get by with doing a lot of things. It's going to get much deeper than this. But, yeah, you have to go. I would have to, like you say, man, they commit crimes off of this. So it's a good thing for people that, like you said, don't do it. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. So it's good on that. But what Trump is doing is seeing he's tapping the waters, testing the waters on this deployment stuff and everything that's got to do with us. All the cuts he done made is affecting our communities. They're on the bigger picture, man. And I wish we could see that. And a lot of blacks are going to regret voting for this guy because it's something more serious and sinister than this. Keep up the good work, Humble Blow.
All right, thank you very much. 833-212-1017. We got to discuss this. We got to talk about this. Again, you heard the clip. The Orange Man signed an executive order to end cashless bail in Washington, D.C. and nationwide. Gabe Williams said, coming from him, it is a bad thing, but this is a 50-50. Will D says 7 out of the 10 largest cities are from red states. So, again, and when we're talking about it's targeting us, are we saying, and because people accuse people all the time of, well, y'all just saying this, y'all saying that. Are you saying when you say it's going to target us, are you saying that we are all criminals? Because when you say us, it's going to affect us. In my mind, it's like you're saying all of us are criminals. And I'm saying it's going to affect criminals. But we're going to go to the Truth Talk text lines, 833-212-1017. Jay Great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. What's your truth? Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down. Turn your radio down, Jay. All right. But what's your truth? What's your truth, Jay?
So listen, I don't think this is about race. It's about the poor. Now, not everybody that gets arrested is convicted, as you know.
Correct.
Not everybody that gets arrested is a criminal.
Correct.
You know, a lot of times you get arrested for a lot of frivolous things. For example, you might get arrested for, you know, a very small amount of marijuana. Now you jammed up. You don't got no cash. You'll be locked up for a month, 2 months, 3 months because you can't post bail.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
So not only, you know, does it all it really does is attack the poor people. So if you get locked up for something frivolous, something that you didn't even do, you know, because I know you know the conviction rate and the arrest rate for blacks is it's very different.
Yep.
There's a large disparity from conviction rates and arrest rates. So all it does is hurt the poor people. That's all it's going to do.
All right. Hashtag that part. Hashtag fact. That's your truth. Again, 833-212-1017. Definitely want to hear from you. Producer Andrew, what's your thoughts?
So here's a stat for you, Homer. According to Loyola University of Chicago, obviously, they published a report in 2024 with the new cashless bail policy, and they said it had no impact on crime, and they said that violent crime in some counties declined. And you mentioned Trump talking about Illinois in his clip.
Mm-hmm. So, interesting addition. Dun, 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 dun. The drama sound. It's dun, 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 dun. So, but what is your thoughts? Again, I do think that it'll affect poor people. And again, you got to remember, contrary to what most people try to say, we're not the only ones that are poor in some situations. So, yeah. Hashtag that part, hashtag facts. So, again, pros and cons. The 50-50, you know, I can understand that. I can understand that because I think the other 50 would be the poverty level in some areas. But again, we talk about those things, but what are we going to do, again, as a community to make the changes so we ain't even got to deal with that? That won't even be something that affects us that we have to even talk about. We won't even get some of those things under control. And we're trying to go on to the next one. No. We got to deal with our truth that is really happening and going on right now. Like, for real, for real. That one guy said on the YouTube chat, said, I've been arrested for a gram of weed by yours truly, Oak Creek Police. So, yeah, you know, we got to get ready to take care of some bills. And we're talking about this new executive order that the Orange Man signed as it relates to cashless bail and states losing money if they don't end up going to, you know, removing the cashless bail. I got to take care of some bills. It's a lot to think about. I'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Marquette University High School football lives here. Catch all the action of Hilltoppers football on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Tune in this Friday night as the Hilltoppers travel north to take on the Fond du Lac Cardinals. Join our coverage starting at 6:30 p.m., leading up to kickoff at 7 p.m. Marquette University High School football is presented by Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all. And sponsored by Left's Lucky Town, C.J. Schmidt, Capital Insurance Agency, Boyle Fredrickson, Annex Wealth Management, Magic Productions, Productions, and Burghardt Sporting Goods.
Botox can do more for men than just smooth out wrinkles. It can help reduce chronic migraines, stress-related facial tension, and even excessive sweating. Come on out to Botox and Beers Saturday, September 13th at Sweet Tox in Menominee Falls. It's an event for men who want to feel better, perform better, and look sharp without the fuss. Come and watch college football, get treated with Botox in the low-key, no-pressure setting of Sweet Tox, then have a brew when you're done. Spots are limited, so reserve yours now at sweettox.com. That is SLEETTOX.com.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. It all started with a new invention in 1925, the roll screen. The ability to roll a window screen up and down like a shade. Pella invested in this breakthrough when the business was born in Pella, Iowa, and has introduced the world to innovation, game-changing decisions ever since. They've been at it for a century. When you want long-lasting comfort and reliability, it's easy to trust Pella. Every piece is specifically constructed for you and your home, and always designed with innovation and rigorously tested for quality and performance. The Pella team takes pride in constructing quality windows and doors with meticulous attention to every detail. Investing in new Pella windows and doors creates long-term energy savings and durability that lasts for years. There's no reason to wait, because if you order by August 31st, get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Certain restrictions apply. Yes, that's up to 5 years with no interest payments, so don't miss out. Visit PellaWI.com today.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance it? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are closer than you think. And Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval, member of FDIC, equal housing lender. Welcome, Black. It is Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth, inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub, the legendary Home Blow, and it's sponsored by Cousin Subs. We're talking about this latest executive order that was signed by the Orange Man on Monday, talking about removing cashless bail. And so for some who were wondering, what is that? What is it exactly? Cashless bail is a system that removes the requirement of paying money or posting cash bail in order to be released from jail before trial. In 2023, Illinois became the first state to completely eliminate cash bail when the state Supreme Court upheld the constitutionality of the law abolishing it. A number of other jurisdictions, including New Jersey, New Mexico, and Washington, D.C., have nearly eliminated cash bail or limited its use. Many include exceptions for high-level crimes. Proponents of eliminating cash bail describe it as a penalty on poverty, suggesting that the wealthy can pay their way out of jail to await trial, while those with fewer financial resources have to sit it out behind bars. Critics have argued that bail is a time-honored way to ensure defendants released from jail show up for court proceedings. They warn that violent criminals will be released pending trial, giving them a license to commit other crimes. The Data Collaborative for Justice concluded in February 2024 that the elimination of money bail increased recidivism for people charged with nonviolent felonies, with recent criminal history and with a recent violent felony arrest, while it decreased recidivism for people charged with misdemeanors and people with no recent criminal history. So what is your thoughts on that? Are you for or against? Will it hurt or will it help if this executive order goes nationwide, which is what he signed it and intended for it to do, goes nationwide, as you're going to have to sit? Now, I guess I'm situational on it. I do feel that some of those people that are committing these crimes, especially murder, you're shooting people, things to that nature, rape, there's a whole list of crimes that I absolutely feel like, they should have to be there until it's time to find out what their final situation is going to be. So, but for a lot of the things like the brother was talking about, the weed and some other misdemeanor charges, I think, cashless bail is fine. You feel what I'm saying? I think that works. But when you are talking about they can't even get it either, that part I truly disagree with. Andrew, what's your thoughts?
And in most cases, from what I'm reading, Homer, it seems that if it's a violent crime, you're probably not going to get cashless bail. If it's a misdemeanor or an non-violent crime, you might get it. It's up to the judge's discretion.
Yeah, but yeah, I because there's some people that I definitely feel like, why were they out? Like, when I read different criminal complaints, and it's like, why was this person even out? Because sometimes it's like the day they got released. Sometimes it's a few days after they were released, or they had only got released 2 months ago, and then they've done another crime that really tops whatever they were originally charged with in the first place. Gabe Williams said, I believe violent drug, domestic, and sexual should not have bail until trial. Well, not until trial? Okay. Well, listen, the whole thing is, it is designed to make sure you show up to court. But we have people that have felony bail jumping charges all the time. So some of those people are not paying attention to that. They just, I mean, it's people still committing crimes and they on the bracelet. You're GPS monitored. There are people with a lot of these different criminal complaints that I've read that had a GPS bracelet on when they committed a murder. That's, it's like, and so I'd be like, why were they even out? Because the crimes that they were charged with, to me, like, no, they shouldn't be out. They should have been still locked up. So, again, that's where the 50-50 part comes in, that Gabe Williams had said, it's a bad thing, coming from him, because we know that, in my opinion, he's focused on it purely because of race, in my opinion. He's not looking at it as, everybody, even though he knows that he can't specifically say, it's for, you know what I'm saying?
The quiet part out loud.
Yeah. So he has to do it with the blatant, just the blanket. Just put the blanket on it. And that's what he has to do. But this will affect, a lot of people. And I don't know. I like I say, that's why I want to hear from you, Truth Nation. Again, what is your thoughts? Good thing, bad thing? What are the pros and cons of it, in your opinion? What are the pros and cons? We talk about the crime. We talk about people that are habitual criminality repeaters. And it's like, and I think that should weigh into it too. If you have more than one violation, if you got 2 and 3 infractions, you need to sit until it's time for your court date, because obviously them letting you out on a bracelet and GPS monitoring is not stopping you from doing the criminal activity. And that is even if you started with a misdemeanor. If you just keep doing the same damn thing, I do believe that, no, let them sit and wait and find out what the final outcome is going to be. If they got to do 9 months, if they got to do 2 years, whatever the case may be, because it's destroying the community in the interim of just waiting. We just sitting there waiting, like, what are you going to do next? What's she going to do next? And contrary to what some people think, a lot of women are committing crimes. It's a lot. It's a lot. Just think about this. Fellas, you riding in a vehicle, your vehicle, or you riding with her, and the lights, the cherries and berries come on, because they're red and blue, cherries and berries. My mother, may she rest in peace, that's what she called them. And she riding with you or you riding with her, the cherries and berries come on, and it's like, man, I wonder what they want. You like, come on, let's pull over. And she on some, nope, I got a warrant. Be like, what? Who am I riding with? Lady Heroin? I'm like, what? Who am I riding with? Or if you pull over and she like, I'm about to run. So I'm like, hold on, you about to what? Why? No, you ain't got no reason to run. What? Why? What's the problem? I got a warrant. A warrant for what? I hit a lick, and I was supposed to go to court, but I didn't go black, and so they got a warrant out for me, and I can't go black to jail. I just had my other baby. It's crazy. It's crazy. So it's a lot of women that are also felons and or pending trials for different things that they've done. Gabe Williams said that's facts, Homer, on the YouTube page. It is. So it's crazy. It's crazy. But I don't know, Andrew. This is where he's at. And I think that a lot of poor people, as our caller said, are going to be the ones to, Jay said, the poverty part is going to be where we're going to get hit the hardest, and low-level crimes, and just not to be able to post, a PR bond.
There's so many levels to it too, Homer, because it does feel vindictive against Illinois and their governor too. It feels like there's part of it where, hey, they have a Democratic governor, it's a Democratic state. I hate the city of Chicago. I'm going to go after this city, this state for their cashless bond. So I was concerned about Wisconsin because the swing state, obviously Republicans care about it. They want to campaign here. Like, what does this do to Milwaukee? What does this do to the state?
Well, you know what? I'm here to help. Are you worried about it becoming a cashless bail, being, eliminated? I'm going to help you out in case you are in that situation. Let's see. Theo Jenkins, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Said, fix the volume for YouTube. It's low. All right, we'll check on that. But I'm going to help you out. Some people wouldn't even try to help you out. But the legendary Home of Blow, I'm going to help you out. You feel like, man, I ain't got money for bail, and I only had this, and I only had that. Well, Truth Nation, now is your chance to be our one call, that's all, Gruber 5K giveaway entry for the day. Yes, you can be entered to win $5,000 courtesy of Gruber Law Offices. All you got to do is be caller number 7 right now at 833-212-1017, and you will be entered to win the $5,000 giveaway with the award-winning 1017 The Truth and Gruber Law Offices. Again, that is caller number 7 right now at 833-212-1017. Remember, if you or a loved one has been injured in an accident, contact Gruber Law Offices today. Visit them at gruber-law.com. For official contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com. I helped you out. You can qualify. You don't get the $5,000 yet till we do the drawing, but I just helped you out. And I'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Ride the wave to clean at Tsunami Express Car Wash, Milwaukee's fan favorite for a winning shine. Become a monthly member and enjoy unlimited washes for less than $1 per day. Plus, skip the wait in the fast lane and enjoy unbeatable amenities like free vacuums and tire air. Visit any of their convenient locations in Midtown Milwaukee, Waukesha, Greenfield, Oak Creek, and Mount Pleasant. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Learn more at tsunamiexpress.com.
You hit the library hard and keep your eyes on the prize. Also, one day you can earn that bachelor's. Finishing what you start where you want, that's worth working for. And here is how you get there. Here at MATC, where smart programs prep you for next level challenges. Earning your bachelor's can start right away, and graduation is just the beginning. Here's to an education that takes you farther. Here's how you get there. Here at matc.edu/get there.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 1017 The Truth.
I want you to really stress the importance of having an ethnically diverse blood supply. But I guess, what do you say to people that, for whatever reason, are apprehensive about giving blood?
It's not by accident that we are building this fixed donation site right in the heart of this Halyard Park, Harambe neighborhood. And to your point, our black and brown donors, it probably represents the smallest demographic in our donor base. That's attributed to multiple reasons. For those of us that understand the history, there is a lot of underlying mistrust of the healthcare system. And quite frankly, there's already challenges with how busy people are, how accessible they are to even know where to go to donate blood. And let's face it, a lot of folks are scared of needles, right? But when they get through all of that, the importance, I think, is a heavier burden on our black and brown communities, because there are a lot of different blood diseases that require what I'll call more of a match in blood that only comes from people of similar ethnicities. Something that's specific to our black donors and patients is something that I think your listeners are very familiar with: sickle cell disease. The only therapy that get them through their day-to-day life is blood transfusions. And it's not just a, what I'll call, average or normal blood type or blood transfusion. It's actually a specific blood with a specific type called RO blood. And this RO blood typically only comes from people of African descent and Hispanic descent. And so that's why it's so important that our donor base is diverse, so that it helps our ethnically diverse patient population.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
Well, we've got some delays and an accident now. 94 southbound at the ramp from Layton. The left shoulder is blocked with a crash. So that's something to keep in mind. Northbound through the Plainfield curve all the way up to Oklahoma Avenue is going to be a bit tight. Eastbound 94 got some backups from the zoo all the way to 35th Street. The westbound side's backed up from 25th Street to Mitchell Boulevard. Back on the brakes from the zoo all the way to about Calhoun. Southbound 41 backing up from Appleton Avenue to Capitol. Northbound slowing down just north of Blue Mound Road all the way up towards Hampton. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly cloudy skies, a high of 70. Tonight, clear and cool, a low of 55 at the lake, 48 inland. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 1017 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Well, I tell you what, I know who ain't going to have to worry about if he gets that next call. Kwame, congratulations. You have qualified for the drawing of the 5K, Gruber 5K giveaway.
One call, that's all.
That's right. So you're going to be like, look here, if I get this 5,000, how much my bill is? Oh, 50,000? Well, can I put 5 down on it? I got 5,000 on it. But again, Kwame, congratulations for qualifying. And again, when I say like all of the lines lit up, so Truth Nation, I know you are there. You are there because all these lines were lit up. I've seen everybody trying. They were like, let's go. One call, that's all. But Kwame, congratulations. We appreciate you. Truth Nation, we appreciate you. Again, we were talking about the new executive order that was signed on Monday by the Orange Man, eliminating cash bail and taking federal funding from those who choose to not enforce the cashless bail. So if you don't enforce, then you lose federal dollars. But, there's a thing that, I talk about. I just was watching a Kevin Hart clip, but of course he's using language. And it's talking about some of the things that are designed to make us, fail. But it's something that I talk about on a regular basis too. But this will hurt a lot of people that their crimes or whatever they're charged with, it doesn't match not being able to have a PR bond. But like I say, there are some that, I don't think that they should have got out on a PR bond. So that, how do you weigh it? How do you weigh it? How do you weigh that out and decide who's going to get the golden egg? I think they're giving out too easy, in my opinion. And for some people that they have definitely, this ain't their first walk in the park. This ain't their first rodeo. You get what I'm saying? So when you're talking about situations and things like that, again, it's hard to feel sorry or sympathetic for some people who just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. DE, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you on the YouTube page. Say they will have to build more jails. And they will. And they will. They'll start using some of these box stores that are vacant. I'm telling you, they're going to start using empty Walmarts and Home Depots and Lowe's. And I'm telling you, former skating rinks. I'm telling you, they will absolutely do it. They will absolutely do it. And it's going to be Guantanamo Bay. Those who are familiar with Guantanamo Bay, Guantanamo Bay, in relations to that old former Walmart type thing. Gabe Williams said that was the plan for the get-go. For the get-go? Okay, Gabe. Yep. Talk to me this afternoon, all right? For the get-go. 833-212-1017. 833-212-1017. That's the True Talk text line. We've got Al. Al, great morning. I love you. I appreciate you. What's your truth?
I think they're going to act a fool. Now, it doesn't affect me, but I think it's like giving cocaine to a drug addict. They just going to keep going and going and going because some people just can't stop. But on the other hand, if you wasn't out there doing it, you wouldn't have to worry about it. So it's like them kind of people who never just want to do right, but they always find themselves in a situation. Then they call you and say, well, you don't love me. You say, no, you don't love yourself because you're still in the situation. It's just like giving candy to a baby. They're going to run with it and run with it. And then when it gets so deep, then it's going to be like, oops, you can go work on that field now, boy. That's what I think is going to happen. Go work that field, boy.
Al, I love you. I appreciate you. Al is like that one call, that's all.
One call, that's all.
I'm just saying, like, for real, like that is, again, because that's the thought process is like my own heart. Like, we are talking about treating some people with kid gloves. No, that's not the answer. They're not going to get it. They're going to keep going and going, and we're going to be in these situations and be like, why did they even give bail to this person? Why did they give that person a PR bond and all of that? Because I see it all the time. It does happen. And it's going to be interesting to be able to have those questions for our DA to see, what is his thought on cashless bail being removed? Will it help the system or hurt the system? And we already have issues where they say it's overcrowding. So again, Guantanamo Bay. Guantanamo Bay. Andrew?
We were talking beforehand about the different names for these different things, like Alligator Alcatraz. And
Yeah.
It was a Cornhusker Clink.
That the orange man is naming some of these holding detention centers. Yeah.
It's just tough. It's, because on one hand, it's awful what he's doing. On the other hand, these are really good names.
Yeah, it's like, we talked about it. It's like you got to laugh to keep from crying. Be like, really? This what you gonna name it this? You gonna name it that? And it's funny because of hearing like the name, but when you think about the damage that it'll do, it's like, man. But I just say we got to stop. We got to, we have to. We have to stop trying to sugarcoat things, and we have to come to the realization that some of these people need to be punished. They need, if they don't want to get it right when they got chances, because again, when you go in front of a judge 2-3 different times, and it's for the same or similar crimes, or you're excelling in the type of criminal activity that you're doing, to me, it shows that you're not learning. You didn't learn from your prior mistake. LaRon Taylor, great morning. Love you, appreciate you, said Cracker Barrel Clink. Right. And like all of that. And I'm just, I can be so disappointed sometimes of what we end up making a priority as a people when we talk about, these issues that we got, this is a problem, this is a problem. But instead of working on solutions for some of those problems, we'll join in a debate on Cracker Barrel changing their logo, which is not going to stop a 16-year-old from being murdered by a 13-year-old, allegedly. It's a 13-year-old in custody for the 16-year-old that was one of the 6 people shot over the weekend here in Milwaukee. And instead of saying, where are we failing? What is going on that this 13-year-old may have been involved in the death of this 16-year-old? Because that's what they have him in jail for. That's what they arrested him for, the death of the 16-year-old. So, again, innocent until proven guilty. But what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Gay Williams said, called one of them McChain gang. Y'all creative. So, but we get so caught up in some of these things that I think that are not really helping us move forward. And we will get into serious debates and you not my friend no more. I'm going to block you on all my social media platforms because of what you said. I'm like, is it that serious as opposed to the serious issues that are going on in our community? We won't even go to a parent-teacher conference, but we'll get into a big debate and talk about, because what it is, it's like, stop it. We got bigger fish to fry, as they would say. And we got work to do. We got work to do to stop these homicides. We got work to do to stop all these shootings. We got work to do to make sure that our community can thrive and we can be self-supportive to where you ain't got to go ask for money or help from a person that you saying got their foot on your neck. How are you waiting for help from a person that you saying is holding you down, but you want them to cut you a check? Stop it. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. Again, True Talk text line 833-212-1017. Let's take care of these bills and I'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Your expression on your face, that's got to me. And the man wasn't lying.
What you mean the expression on my face? How can you see my face? You listening to me on the radio, man.
No, I'm watching you on YouTube, too.
Oh, all right, then. You're an old man, and you know about YouTube. How old are you, Adam? You about 85.
83.
I'll be dipped. How blessed are we to have you?
Watch all your favorite 101.7 The Truth shows by subscribing to 101.7 The Truth on YouTube.
Talk to these people in terms of, how do I register for this program despite my reservations and my previous experiences of rejection?
Yes, I tell anybody and everybody that you can buy a house. It may take somebody longer than the other person, depending on what your circumstances is with your credit and income and affordability, but you can purchase a house. The first step would be is to register for our program. You can come to our office, 7830 West Burleigh Street, or you can give us a call at 414-461-6330, or just go onto our website, hri-wi.org. Register for the first-time home buyer education workshop. That's going to be your first step to home ownership. During that class, you're going to learn everything that you need to know from A to Z, how to get approved for a house, how to look for a house and put an accepted offer, and how to close on a home.
For over 10 years, Crash Course has helped new drivers thrive, proudly serving Southeast Wisconsin with integrity, innovation, and a commitment to safety. They offer programs for both teens and adults led by state-licensed, safety-focused instructors. With flexible school-based pickup in communities across Southeast Wisconsin, Crash Course makes getting started simple and stress-free. Crash Course, the best choice driving school, trusted by thousands. Visit crashcoursewi.com to enroll today.
Truth Nation, if better sleep has been hard to come by, you're not alone, and the right mattress can make all the difference. That's why Helix Sleep and Steinhoffels have teamed up to bring their award-winning mattress to Steinhoffels. Now you can try Helix in person, something you just can't do anywhere. Right now, Steinhoffels is offering 20% off all Helix mattress orders just for our Truth Nation listeners. So head to steinhoffels.com to learn more today. Helix Sleep at Steinhoffels. Better sleep starts now.
Wisconsin is as hard-working of a place as you'll ever find. People here are tough, but even the toughest among us need help after a serious accident. At Gruber Law Offices, we won't stop fighting for you and your family. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
I am your cousin sub of the day. I'm a club sub, the legendary Home Blow. Sponsored by Cousin Subs on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. It's Truth in the Morning. Damien, the legendary Damien Elzy, is getting better, so he hopes to join me in studio on tomorrow. And I believe Kayla will be joining us sometime during the week as well. So, yeah, that's a great thing. I won't have to be solo dolo. Reggio, great morning. Love you, appreciate you on the YouTube page. Said they need healing prayers. Yeah. Hashtag that part, hashtag facts. Religion comes up a lot in different situations. And what about the people who are atheists? How do we, what do we tell them? Like, they don't believe in. You feel what I'm saying? So, you got to think. Everybody, unfortunately, to them it's not unfortunately, but they don't even believe. So how do we change or reach them? Can we reach them for a person that doesn't subscribe to a religion? For a person that doesn't prescribe to a religion or a religious sect, how do we reach those people? Is there a way to reach them and be like, look, you need to get your life right? And they say, for who? Like, for you. And you don't want to spend the rest of your life in, like, in what? I'm just saying things an atheist might say in a reply. So you're saying, nah, I'm telling you, you're going to go to hell. We're like, I don't believe in that. Andrew, what would you do?
I tell you, Homer, you need to hit him with you got to be better for your kids, because that's the drum you bang.
Okay, right. Absolutely. Because again, and when I'm talking about different things, I try to focus and make sure that it's open for everybody, whether you believe in, because some people don't believe that church is the answer for them. But when you talk about kids, if they have kids, that's a reality check. So what do you want to see for your children? What do you want them to? Do you want them to take on a life that can have them taken away from you by the system or by the streets? Because something has to change. Something has to give. This 13-year-old, like I say, that's crazy to think that 13, life could be over as he knows it. And if he is responsible for it, yeah, he should have to spend some time. You know what I mean? Like, for real, for real. Gabe Williams said, reminds me of the scene from Boys in the Hood when Furious is speaking by the ad. I get it. Reggio said, go to their meetings and don't drink and don't do drugs who have no prescriptions to spiritual discipline, is what I say. Go to their meetings and don't drink and don't do drugs. And all right, trying to decipher that. Might want to call in 833-212-1017 because, yeah, I was confused trying to decipher it myself. But sometimes, you have to call in and kind of explain it so we'll know because, yeah, I'm trying to get it. And I'm trying to respond to it in the best way possible. But, yeah, I'm a little lost in the sauce, so to speak, as it relates to that. But we got to do something because right now we are in a downward spiral and we're fighting each other over solutions. We're looking at things that may take a long time to turn around as we're continuing to lose people daily. People are being affected by the crime that's happening daily. And yes, we know where the world was and they always this and they always that. We know that. But what are we going to do to stop another 16-year-old from being murdered?
And I'll tell you, Homer, what's almost worse is as we've done the show, I've been Googling and trying to find more information on the story. And you Google 16-year-old alleged murdered by 13-year-old, and it's not one result. It's 400 results across the country.
Yeah. That's... when you just think about those things, like that's a reality. Reggio said, I tell the youth what I tell myself, stay free. I'm cooking right now. Say it later. Okay. Gabe Williams said, we need real people like the General Michael McGee fam. Fam? Okay. RC Creation Muse, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Say, we are all technically in the same boat. It's just a matter of who will be right in the end. We all agree that there will be an end, 100. And that's where there are atheistic religions. Atheism is technically a religion also. You have to believe something came from nothing. All origins are technically supernatural, 100. Okay. Yeah, you're having a lot of spell errors, Gabe. And, don't worry. I see stars coming. I see stars coming. Be like, I see this. I see stars coming. And you're going to learn today. Because what we not going to do is tell the children that they need to know how to read and spell. And then we up here doing an awful job as grown people. And then we'll blame it on our smartphone. Remember I talked about that smartphones have made some of us dumb because you rely on it for everything. So error, I spelled error. Got you. I got you, Reggio. I got you. But yeah, we got to do something. Some people are going to be locked up. Some people are going to be free. Some people are going to teach themselves discipline as well as their children and their friends. If you care about your friends, stop letting them do criminal stuff and then trying to wear a damn T-shirt talking about free this person, free that person. Let's see. Get ready to grab another call before we get ready to wrap up on today's show. Smiley, Great morning.
Yes.
Ian, love you. Appreciate you. What's your truth?
I love you too, Uncle. Listen, you know, the answer to this was we talk about the church, we talk about the parents, we talk about the authority, we talk about a person who has overrated as the president. Y'all call him the orange man.
Yeah, I call him the orange man. Yeah, I call him the orange.
Everybody call him the orange man.
I didn't know. I thought I was the only one. I thought I was the only one.
No, you're not. They call him orange man or orange top.
Okay.
But on a realistic note, what people ain't understanding when it comes down to religion, stop playing with that man. If that young man, that rapper, ain't showed everybody prime example, you don't play with God. If everybody ain't paying attention to what's going on, to what God is doing, he gives us his message and he takes care of his children. Trump don't have to be touched by a man with flesh. He can be touched by God. And anybody who thinks that playing with these children that's out on these streets that don't deserve or need help and putting them in like they monkeys, okay, listen, the answer to resolving this, we need every person, every mother, every father, every priest, every Buddha, whatever they want to call their religion to be, is putting boots on the ground. Putting them boots on the ground. If everybody read the Bible, go into Ezekiel, God said he put churches on 4 points because he wants people to help those who are in need. These children have no direction. These children have no sign of how to have love or being held because of their own going through. However, boots on the ground consider as you, I, and everyone else. Stop tearing these kids down. They're already dealing with being lost, confused, discombobulated, and to say, okay, no, shame on you, no. Grab these camps that they closing up at these corporations, that they put these kids in boot camp. Go to the parent. Who is your child? What's your child name? Who's giving you problems? Let's get these kids and make boot camps for these kids.
All right.
We as black people have to do that to instead of put them in jail. That's not going to resolve no problem. They're going to eliminate that. We got to say enough is enough by grabbing our kids ourselves and putting them in boot camps and showing them the direction.
All right.
They're going to go out there on faith.
We got to get ready to wrap up, but I wanted you to get most of your point out as we could. But thank you, Smiley, for your participation on Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Today, we're going to have a best of Sherwin Hughes show coming up next. So again, wash your hands. Take your hand sanitizer because people are getting sick. And so, but Sherwin Hughes will return this week, but there will be a best of Sherwin Hughes coming up. And if nobody has told you that they love you today, I want to let you know that I love you. And I want you to please have a safe and nonviolent remainder of the morning, afternoon, evening, and hopefully the things we have to talk about in the near future won't have to be within our minute degrees of separation. Love you, babes. Talk to my agent. The best of Sherwin Hughes. The Truth with Sherwin Hughes is up next.
This may be another Elon Musk bureaucratic shuffle.